classic situation where you don't know how to feel. So you go it alone, you turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you want.
All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm your host, B-Level. Welcome to the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, the best damn podcast this side of Mississippi. And welcome. I am your host, B-Level, and I need to introduce my co-host, my partner, the man of the hour, the guy that we're going to have some great conversation with today, Mr. Tristan Hobbs. Now, I need to say this, Tristan. I'm going to tell you now, in order to get ready for your episode, I've been out drinking and smoking cigars all day. I've gotten probably at least 5 or 6 different texts excited about your conversation, the conversation that we're going to have with you today. So let me just take care of our business so we can get into what we came to do. First of all, I don't know if you guys know, but Tristan is one of our hosts, but I'm also looking for a co-host, and we're wrapping up the ending of the search, okay? So if you are interested in being one of the co-hosts, now a female, I'm looking for a female co-host, okay? If you are interested, now I need you to do one thing, is to send your interest and the reason why we should pick you to, you could either do it 2 ways, all right? 1 or 2 ways. The first way is you could send an email to unpackingthebaggagepodcast@gmail.com. Again, I know that email address is very long, so send an email to unpackingthebaggagepodcast@gmail.com. Or you can just inbox me. You can inbox Tristan, or you can inbox the UTB Podcast Facebook page, okay? And that stands for Unpacking the Baggage. UTB Podcast Facebook page, and tell us why we should look at you. Now, what we're going to do, Tristan, is we're going to pick probably 1 to 3 finalists, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to bring them on, and they're going to be on with us. And then we're going to let the audience have or decide. Now, we'll also have some say in picking them.
Yeah, because I got to put my 2 cents. I was like, hold on. Yeah.
But we're also going to let the audience pick who they like best, okay? So Tristan and I and Tam will have some, saying who will have like 50% of the say. And then I think we should let the public also have another 50% on who we choose, okay? So I'm looking for you, and I'm telling you, we're narrowing it down. So if you want to apply for the co-host position of the podcast, you got to send us an email, or you have to inbox us to let us know, okay? Now, August is back to school month. I think Little Rock School District goes to school tomorrow.
Yes.
So we are doing a back to school special for advertisers, okay? If you own a business, if you have product, and you want us to talk about your product, all you have to do is do one of those 2 same things, send an email to that same address, or inbox me. We're having a $50 special for the whole month of August, okay? That gets you 1 episode. It gets you a read at the beginning, and it gets you a read at the ending of the podcast, okay? So if you're interested in advertising, all you have to do is inbox us, okay? Now, I need you guys to do me a very big favor, as I ask every weekend. Now, Tristan is getting ready to get into some real serious conversation. So before we start talking to Tristan, I need you guys, the people that are on here, to do one thing right now, and I need you guys to share the live. I need you to share it, and then I need you to also put shared in a comment so myself or Tristan can we can shout you out. Okay. Put share after you share, push the share button. And I also need you to put shared in the comments. And I will know if you're sharing it because my viewership will go up. So please, right now, hit the green, and I use green, hit the blue button and share it. And then put shared in the comments so we can shout you out, okay? Before we start, Tristan, go ahead and shout some people that are on right now.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go back to it.
I need to get on here too.
Hey, Tori. Hey, Bree. Hey, Cuz. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Star Keisha. Let's see what's on here. Hey, Whitney. Hey, Kay. Thank y'all for sharing. Hey, Shatara.
Satara's on here? Mm-hmm. What up, Satara? What up, baby girl? All right, so yeah, okay. You got Nikki, you got Star Keisha. What else? That's my Rella right there. Star Keisha Perkins. Tori, Tenpenny, she's on.
Hey, Brittany.
Yeah. Bree Felice. That's your cousin? Is that
Yes.
your cousin? Let's see. Who else is on here?
Brittany and Tori.
All right, Tori. I said Tori. Hello. Mika, Monet. Mika, I need you to share it, okay? All right. Brittany Holly is saying, Tristan, everybody is waiting on you. You know, everybody
They
is
waiting on me.
They've been
Lord.
waiting on you. You know, we put a video out. And the video at the beginning of the week
Sharman.
was talking about that you were going to have some conversation. And I'm going to start this conversation off by saying the first thing that I am so proud of you that, you know, you've been on this podcast almost 3 months. Mm-hmm. And for some odd reason, you decided to tell your story. And so because this podcast is about transparency, oftentimes we live our life right in front of the camera. Everything we do is open for criticism and everything that comes with being on a platform of this magnitude. So the first thing that I want to say is that I'm so proud that you are sharing your story. And I want to say that I want you to be comfortable. And as always, with all of the guests, this is a safe space. And so whatever you feel comfortable with sharing to the listeners, I think that they're going to be grateful. I am grateful for you sharing this experience. And if it at every time that you want to take a break or at every time that you want to stop, hey, that is your prerogative, and we will honor your word and you being comfortable, okay? Now, let's make sure before we start that we've shared everybody. Okay, I need everybody one more time.
Thank
if
you,
you are
Tori.
just coming on, I need you guys to share the live. I need you to share,
Hey,
okay?
Michelle Robinson.
I need you to share it, and I also need you to put shared in the comments so I can shout you out. I promise you I'm going to shout you out, okay? All right, I think I've paid all my bills. I've talked about the episode. I've talked about the co-host. So I guess about 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had an episode where we were talking to the guys in the barbershop over at New U Barber Salon over there in Guy Springs, as we always do, okay? And I asked the question it was about 5 guys that we were talking about, we were talking to. And I asked the question of the guys if their 16-year-old son came to them and said that they were gay, what would that conversation be like? And for some odd reason, all of the guys were saying different things. One of the guys said that he would just go get his son some play.
Some Gucci.
Yeah. He said he would go get his. He said
now what's
he
this
would
gonna
go
be?
get his sick, because what he was saying is that how do you know that you like guys if you have not tried a woman? So let me get you a woman and let me arrange this and set you up to make sure that you wanted to that your sexual preference is what your sexual preference is. And you stopped him and you asked him what? What did you ask him?
I stopped him and I asked him, I said, why not ask him why does he feel that way? Why automatically seek the coochie? Why not just ask him, hey, why do you feel this way? Why do you feel like you need the same sex? I feel like there should be any question for any parent. Not, oh, get out of my house. You don't need to be gay. Tell me why I don't need to be gay. Tell me why I'm feeling this way. Like, we're coming to you seeking help.
Right. And so instead of just, just trying to get
Yes, I'm
around
feeling
why
good,
you were
y'all.
gay, you wanted to know, let's dive deep into asking him, how did he come to that conclusion?
Right.
Had something happened to him for him to feel that way?
Right. I feel like parents should go that route instead of, oh, you're gay, because half the time we don't even know what gay is yet. We don't know what gay is yet. So y'all are already saying or stigmatizing us because of what we feel or what we think,
Right.
versus of you asking, why do you feel this way? I've never seen a movie, or I've never seen a situation where a parent asks, why do you feel this way? It's always, get out of my house. This is not of the Lord, or all the just regular sayings that they would say when they find out that their child is gay.
Yeah. So thank you to Tamika Cleveland. Thank you to Shannon Streets. You guys have shared it.
Yes,
Thank
Bree,
you
I'm
to
feeling good.
Bree. You shared it. Thank you to Nikki Preston. I think you shared it. I need you guys, if you're just coming on, we're talking
Thank
to
you,
Tristan
Tay.
Hobbs. I need you guys to share this live. Share, and please share it in the comments so we can shout you out. So I
me
think,
share it again.
Tristan, that, I got a drink, but I'm telling you, I have been smoking cigars and drinking all day, right? So
Ditto.
you get the B level that's a little bit different from each Sunday. I'm a little bit, I'm riding a little high. So, you might have to help me out, but I'm feeling good. So the conversation is going to be great. I want to start off when we start talking about the situation. I think we should start off just by talking, how was your upbringing, right? How did it start? Were you raised in a two-parent home? Let's talk about your upbringing from a young child.
As far as I can remember, I was always in a single parent home. I was the only child for up until I was like, I want to say like 5 or 6.
And when you say single parent, is your mom?
Just my mom. I just
Okay.
remember my mom being around, and just other distant cousins, family members, aunts, uncles. It was never like a 2-parent home.
Really? So where was your father growing up? Where was he?
My father, he was in the military from far as I knew around that time. He was around, he just wasn't around.
He was around. When you say he was around, so he lived in the city.
Like, I knew who my father was as a child. I knew who he was, you know what I'm saying? But I don't remember spending time with him.
And
as a
parents, the
kid.
other reason why I feel like this conversation is
Yes, I definitely
important.
was a spoiled child.
I feel like this conversation is important because we want to give you a handbook to some of the conversations. We understand that with the LGBTQ community, that this is becoming very normal. And so we want to give you the handbook of, if your son decides to come out and have this conversation with you, we're going to kind of talk through a little bit about how Tristan's coming out, what I will say coming out, how that happened, what happened to make him feel that way. So obviously we want to give you a handbook to kind of, if you're in that situation, you'll kind of know how to deal with it. So you were raised by your mom. Your dad was around.
Yes,
you
my mom.
saw him, but you really didn't see him. So you just were you were a regular kid, going to school, like everything.
As far as I can remember, I was always outside. I felt like I was a regular kid, but I just felt like I was always different. It was always something about me that I always felt different about. Like, I never knew what it was. I felt like I was always missing something. I felt like something. I was smart. I felt like something was off. Something wasn't quite there. And then the situations I was in, I'm like, okay, what is it about me that attracts these type of people? You get what I'm saying?
So when you say the situation is in, so let's start back, and I'm just going to allow you to go ahead and just basically talk, and then we're going to have conversation about, early on when you start feeling that
And
you
y'all,
were different.
when I'm talking about the past me, and then as time go on, I'm gonna talk in my present me. So right now, I'm saying I don't know the time frame because at the time I didn't know. But as I got older, some of the pieces start to click, connect. So as of right now, you're probably not going to get as much information because I'm talking to you as my past self.
Okay.
So I just want to clarify.
So when did you? So I'm gonna just let you start. When did you start feeling like? Because you just mentioned that you were different.
Right. I just felt like I was different. And then like the stories that my uncles and stuff tell me and my cousins tell me that, oh, your mom didn't ever let you get dirty, dirty. And then I always remember me being around my grandmother. She was a beautician, by the way.
Okay.
So I've always was around her. I was always around a female. So, always around a female, you're gonna pick up anything, any type of female tendencies, whether it's switching, walking, trying to do hair, trying to play with dolls. You're going to kind of,
So
grab.
so you were raised by a lot of females,
Yes, a lot of
basically your
women.
grandmother. So there
Yes.
were not like a lot of uncles around.
Yes, I never seen a lot of uncles around. I knew I had uncles. I seen them from time to time, but I never seen any male. It was never any males.
And so being raised by females, do you feel like you naturally took up the female trait?
Yes, hold on, don't say it like that.
When I say female
Oh.
trait, oftentimes when you have a boy that's raised by
Right,
nothing
like-
but girls, he's tend to like things that girls like.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Baby dolls. Did you like baby dolls and stuff
I mean,
growing
I
up?
more so was playing with the hair because, like I said, my grandmother was a beautician. I mean, I guess you could say yes, playing with dolls, but I was more so fascinated with the hair on the dolls, if that makes sense.
Okay. And so you were young. How old was it when you say different? Okay, and I want you to define different when you say
wanna
you
s-
felt different.
Like around, I want to say like 4 or 5.
So about 4 or 5, when you say different, are you saying that you started noticing that guys or boys were attracted to you, that you were attracted to boys versus being attracted to girls? Is that when you say different?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Different as in, I don't know how to say it without saying it. Like when I had my first experience or doing anything quote unquote gay or wrong, I knew then, like through time, I don't think it was. I didn't think it was
You didn't think
right.
it was wrong.
I didn't think it was wrong. But as I grew older, I thought it was wrong. So that's why I said, okay, I'm different because these things are happening to me because I'm different. I always felt different.
So let's talk
And
about
as a kid, I always heard, you know how you're a kid and you listen to conversations, you eavesdropping, you being nosy. You hear things. So I'm like, okay, what does that mean? You're trying to figure out what this stuff means that they're saying, or the conversation you had behind your back. You're trying to figure out, okay, what does this mean? Why are they saying this?
So when you say your first experience, I just heard you say something about your first experience when you
Yes.
say being different. Let's talk about that. Do you believe that experience that we're getting ready to talk about
Right.
has led you to being a gay man?
I think not understanding made me to be a gay man.
And when you say so let's back it up. Let's talk about the experience first, because I think we need to get into that first, and I'll just open up with it. And I just want you to talk about that experience that basically you saying that made
Hey,
you feel
Candy.
different.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go into story time. When I was 5 years old, a lot of you know I am from Arkansas, but I'm not from Little Rock. I was born in Newport, Arkansas. Not knowing then, my mother was really young. I didn't know that then, but now I knew that my mother was really young. So you would have babysitters, your distant families, your aunt, your great aunts, your distant cousins. I would be over their house. You know what I'm saying? And then the stuff that the adults had us doing was like, that I know now was just completely wrong. Like, I'm just gonna be graphic. Like, it was this one time.
And
it was
let's
my very
before
first-
you start, like if you guys have kids, you probably want to
Yes, listen to this.
Yeah, they probably don't want to be earshot of your phone or your computer or whatever, because I'm assuming that Tristan is going to let you know it's going to be raw and uncut. So you probably want to. Your young years, you probably want to put them in a room before we
Hey,
go
Leah.
on. You have an opportunity to do that now. Okay, so go ahead and say.
Okay, my very first remembering experience, I was about 5 or 6. My grandmother, she was, what I can remember, my grandmother was a beautician, and she also had this friend that she worked with, like what we would say today, a sweet mate. I'm not going to disclose any names. I remember spending the night at her house, at the sweet mate's house. And I remember a man coming in there just like rubbing on our backs. Like, I remember bunk beds. I remember him just rubbing us. I'm like, this is weird. So he made us one particular night he made us he say, hey, y'all get in the bed, y'all get out the bed and sleep together. Like he wanted us to sleep. I didn't understand. He wanted us to sleep
Be in the same bed.
but I didn't understand because it was literally a bunk bed, like a small. You know how they had the small one and they had the double one.
Okay.
For some odd reason, he just wanted us to sleep in the bed. And the first thing I told my grandmother, I don't think at the time she quite understood what I was saying. I don't know if I was explaining it wrong, but nothing happened for a while. I remember, I don't want to disclose the name, the young boy, he would be my age today. We told his older brother. I remember it being either his uncle or his older brother. I told him. He was like, don't worry about it. Ain't nobody gonna touch y'all when y'all around me or whatever.
So you said that this before it happened. You told that
he didn't say nothing. So
Okay.
I remember him talking to his mom about it. I don't know what was said or whatever. And we was like, I remember them saying, well, we're gonna tell his mom. We're gonna tell his mom. But at the time, I didn't know what that meant. So I went to this particular time. I went to the main babysitter house. I call her aunt. I'm not gonna say her full name.
Okay.
I call her aunt. And we stayed in these projects in the circle, and she had one of the bigger apartments. So it was like huge. Like you go down a long hall, it's all these different bedrooms. And then I remember she had like 5 or 6 kids whom I still know and talk to today. Like I said, I'm not gonna disclose any names. It's gonna be hard. So if I slip up, I'm gonna just say pause.
Okay.
Because I don't care, but I'm gonna just try my best not to say names.
Okay.
It was other kids my age, would be considered my cousins today. My age, little older than me, probably. We would probably be like 6, maybe 5 or 6. They would probably be like 7 or 8. This one particular day, it was this another guy that everybody knows. They call him slow in the small town, but to me, he ain't slow if he know how to do all this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was a sick man. To me, he's sick, and I never spoke on it. I've never told anybody to this day. I haven't even told my cousin that's on this, that's in the comments. They would come in there, like threaten us to get on top of each other and hunch. We call it today hunch.
Mm-hmm.
Take our clothes off, get on top of each other, just do all kind of obscene things to each other. They used to make us kiss, make us hug. And I just didn't understand it. And they was like, oh, if you tell, like, and then back in the day, my mom was hard. Like, to this day, I used to think my mom was mean,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, she was always really tough on me. I never understood why until I got older. They would just make us do these weird pornographic, as we know today, just things, and I didn't understand why. I just thought that was what guys do. I thought it was normal. Like, at the time, I didn't know what gay was. So, like, I thought it was okay. So, every time I go over there, this was happening. This is the stuff that we were doing. We were playing hide and go seek. As y'all know it today, hide and go get it.
Right.
And these were teenage boys making us do these things, teaching us these things.
And when you say teenage boys, you were doing it to other boys, or were there boys and girls that you guys were doing?
No,
Okay.
there were boys.
They were all boys. Okay.
I don't remember any women. I don't even remember any girls in there.
Okay.
Because one of the actual sisters was supposed to be babysitting us.
All right.
And then, in a small town, everybody's related. So it could have been my cousin, but it could have been their brother or sister. You get what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
and they're related to my sister too as well on my dad's side. So it was just like everybody was family type of thing. So
Okay.
it just got to a point that it kept happening. It kept being a normal thing. And I remember this one particular day, which is my uncle. He's not married to my aunt anymore. I remember him having a conversation with an adult, which was his brother, during the time, just saying, yeah, because this has been going on. And I'm listening. As a kid, I feel like I was smart because at 5 or 6, I understood what they were saying.
Right.
And they were making it seem like it was a bad thing. I'm like, well, damn, shit, y'all kids the one had us doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna tell his
And this
mom.
was their parents.
Yes,
that,
and I just remember. It's right now. It's a blur. All I remember is somebody having a conversation with my mom, and I don't know if this is true. It might not have been my mom. It could have been my grandmother, because I just remember always being around my grandmother. I remember running. I remember she living on the other end of the projects on the main road, and where this was happening was in the middle. And then my mom stayed next door. It was just all a blur. And then my aunt kind of stayed down the street. So it's just like it all happened so fast. I remember it having a big conversation about it. It was, I don't know if it was at a family reunion. I don't know if where we were at a birthday party. I just remember somebody talking about, yeah, because he was doing that and he was doing this. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if they're talking about me. So I just remember us gone from Newport, Arkansas. We had never went back. We never went back. I remember before I left, I had ran to my grandmother. The last time it happened, I ran to my grandmother's house. And during the time I didn't know, which is crazy, during the time I didn't know that my grandmother actually moved to Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
She had moved and I didn't know. So I normally used to run over there and go eat breakfast with her and go cuddle with her. You know, my grandmother, I was like a grandmother's boy. Like if you knew me back then, I was a grandmother's boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to run over there. I remember she stayed on the road. It was a road and then it's like open. Right now there's houses. They call it State Street in Newport, Arkansas.
Okay.
I would run over there and just this particular time, another lady came to the door. I'm like, where's my grandmother? She was like, she's gone. And then it's like a couple of weeks or maybe a month. We had moved to, I want to say Texas. And my mom was married. I might have the timeline wrong, but I remember us moving to Texas. And then it never happened in Texas.
Right.
I believe my mom was married. I think my brother was born around that time. We lived in Texas. I don't think we lived there that long. She referred to a guy, which was my brother's dad.
Okay.
I called him dad. You know, I already knew I had another additional dad, but I would call him dad. Nothing went on. You know, I grew close to his family. I still know my grandmother from that old marriage. They're passed on now. Mm-hmm. They reached out to me a couple of years ago and just was checking on me and told me that they loved me. And when she was on her deathbed, she asked for me. So the guy my mom used to be married to reached out to me like I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago.
So this happened when you were around 5 or 6.
Yes, 5 or 6. It first started around I was 5 or 6.
And so the perpetrators
In the town that I was born in
Newport.
Yes.
And they basically had a group of boys. They were babysitting y'all. Am I understanding that right? And they had the group.
Well, it would end up a girl was supposed. I don't want to say her name. I know who she is now to this day. She was supposed to be babysitting me. And ended up to her not being there anymore. And then there's all these boys there. And then when I say boys, they're older boys. So they had to be, if I'm 5 or 6, they have to be like 11 or 12 to be working the stove or
right. So they was 5 or 6 years,
or you know what I'm saying,
almost teenagers basically.
Yeah, I feel like they were teenagers enough to know, to know if to maneuver like that. You get what I'm saying?
And so, are you comfortable telling what type of things they had you guys doing? You said hide and seek. So what?
Just like, and then when I say had us doing them, they were doing it too. They were making each boy do something to them, telling us word from word what to do and how to do it. Because how we know how to do these things
right
at this age?
At 5 or 6.
You're right.
And so they were basically instructing you guys to do things to them or to each other.
Both.
Okay.
Both. It would one day it would be just us, and then other days it would be us and them, and us and other older. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, take your time.
It was like half and half. Like other days, it would be us. It was just a blur. To
Yeah.
me. Like
It's
other
very
days,
random.
it would just be random. Like what? Like how the fuck? Like how did I end up? It's like how did I end up in this situation from us playing outside to getting told to come in the house? Like until this day, like I still don't know how it came out. I never asked. I never just wanted to bring it up to my mom. You know what I'm saying? I never just wanted to deep down. I just kind of just let it go. I wore it on my shoulders for so long. I still don't have some understanding on, like to this day, since I'm older, I feel like I know who these people are. Like today in their grown face, I know who these people are.
But
I've even told my, I did like 5 or 6 years ago, I told my brothers on my father's side. They kind of, I told them, and then I told my, I don't think I ever told anybody but my grandmother and my brothers on my father's side.
How long did this happen? How often did this happen? Did it happen just once or twice?
It happened multiple times, like
Okay.
because it's different scenes that replack in my dreams. And when I say dreams, and I'm saying memories, because every time I dream, sometimes I dream about it. Like I can remember it like it was yesterday.
So this was around 5 or 6. You were around 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
It happened several times.
Yes.
You had a babysitter that was supposed to be babysitting, but she wasn't.
Yes. And then I remember this one particular time, like this one time it got a little bit rougher. Like I didn't want to because it's just like I did want to. Like I don't want to do this.
Right.
Like I don't want to do this. So like this time they kind of roughed me up. And I remember my mom always kept me nice. Like she didn't even want me, like I had to wear certain shoes to go outside and play. I remember that. Like, get your ass in the house. You ain't supposed to be wearing those shoes outside. Go put those other shoes on. Like she always kept me clean. So I remember one time, like he told me, like I was scared of my mom. Like I literally was scared of my mom. I don't think I stopped getting scared to my mom until I turned 20. So like for somebody to say, I'm going to tell your mom or anything, I'm gonna listen to them because I don't
Right.
want to get in trouble from her because I already felt like she.
And so they were threatening you
Like, I'm
with
gonna
the
tell
fact
you-
that they were going to tell
tell
your
your
mom,
mom,
or
yeah.
you need to do what I told you to do.
And they
or
would use that so often. You would have thought my mama was the cartel in Newport, Arkansas. Like, 'cause I don't know why they kept saying that. Like, but it scared me enough to not say anything. You know, so I was that scared of my mom. That's how scared I was to not say anything.
So this is around the age of five or
5 and
six,
6,
and
yes.
and you're saying that you just told somebody in your grown age. You never shared with anybody.
Well, I told my grandmother when I was like, and it wasn't even just by telling her. It was just like she seen that I needed. I don't know what it was about my grandmother. She is a God-fearing woman. She hadn't always been like that. But she just anything that was deep in my thoughts, she would. I don't know why she knew that. Like I would walk or go to the bathroom. What's on your mind? Come talk to me. Like what's wrong with you? Like is something missing? You something missing? Do you like? She would say little stuff, you know. She would say little scripture, you know, something about she'll say like a little gay scripture or something like that. Then she'll piggyback. She'll get to talking in tongues, crying. Then she'll come back like, well, however you are, I don't care. I don't know why. I knew why she was saying this. I think she wanted me to come out, but at that time, like I didn't know I was coming out. Like I didn't know that I was gay.
So while this is happening, when your grandmother's saying
And this
these
is when I
things-
was living with her in Savannah, Georgia. This was when after I graduated high school. This was like when I left. I said I'm finna leave.
Okay.
I'm finna go to Savannah, Georgia, and I'm finna live. You know, I was a grandmother's boy. I
Right.
always used to be there in the summertime. And while I was there, none of this type of stuff was going on with me. So I think that's why I more lingered to my grandmother.
Right. So this situation that happens when you're 5 or 6, and this happened until when? How long does this happen age-wise? Does it happen just for that 1 year? Or
No,
does
this happen. This like you talking about, it's like molestation.
Yes.
This happens throughout my whole life.
Really?
Like this happens to like even the last time I was like I'm in my grown days. Like this happened like in 2015, 2016.
The same.
No, not the same person.
Okay,
Like,
these are different people.
Stuff still happens to me to this day. Like I just never talked about.
So in them asking you to do these things to them and the other boys that were there,
Right.
in your mind, did you feel like this is the way it's supposed to be?
Well, I feel like yes, because I heard people say gay, but I didn't know what gay was. And then when you watch and when you as a kid and me growing up in the 90s, gay is like when you're seeing it on TV, it's not like me because I never wanted to wear heels. I never wanted to put on makeup. I never wanted to do none of those things. So in 90s days, you have these people in dresses, these people in wigs. That's what I seen on TV as gay. I'm like, well, shit.
I'm not that.
I'm not that. Like,
Yeah.
so what are they? What are they saying? Like, I think something's wrong with me, but I don't know what it is. I feel like everybody does this. I just feel like they're just singling me out. You get what I'm saying? Because like, you got people that look like you. Not saying that you're gay, but like you have people that's actually straight looking, straight acting, that's doing these things to me. So in my mind, I feel like I'm having a mental breakdown because I'm not sure who I am. I'm not sure. I'm confused on what gay is because I hear it, but I don't know the meaning of it. Nobody still, y'all say I'm gay, but what the fuck is it? You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, what is it? Because the people that are doing this stuff to me, they don't look gay. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So
They're not wearing
I'm having like
dressings.
this
Yeah.
mental shit. So like through the years of me growing up, and now we're gonna go back. So when we left Texas, we ended up moving to Springfield, Missouri. And that's really where I just grew up and prospered. You know, just grew up. It didn't happen so often then, but when it did start happening, I think I was around. I want to say kindergarten, first grade, so that I would be like 7 or 8, right? So I'd be like 7 or 8.
Kindergarten's like 5 or 6. 5
No, that's
kindergarten.
pre-K. Kindergarten, first grade.
I think
it's
when
like
you're kindergarten, you're 5 years
kindergarten,
old.
second grade, first, somewhere in that area.
I think
Between
kindergarten-
first and third grade. It was something
Yes.
like it was in elementary school. It wasn't 4th or 5th.
Okay.
It had to be somewhere under 3rd grade. Hey, Kenzaya.
And,
Hey,
and,
y'all.
and so in them having you perform these sexual acts,
Right.
did you start to like it?
No, it's just I wouldn't say I liked it. It's just something that I thought that's what we were doing as kids. Like I don't know. I didn't have a.
You thought
I
it was
don't remember
normal?
a feeling. I just thought it was normal because like it was happening that often. So I just thought it was normal. It was something that I didn't practice. It is something that always came to me or attracted to me. It's something that I never seeked. It is always something that just happened.
So when did you start knowing that what was happening and the things that you were doing, the sexual things that you were doing was wrong? What age can you remember when you thought?
I think when I started getting older and people start seeing like some of the feminine ways I had, like back then I couldn't remember, probably maybe have a slight twirl or whatever you want to say. Maybe I was more feminine than I am today. I think people just said it off of that because I was more feminine than the other kids. So I feel like me not knowing what gay was, I just like today I would say I was more gay. I mean not gay. I was more feminine than I just said, hey, I'm gay. I didn't say, hey, I was gay until like I was like 20. 19, like I would say like 18 or 19 or 20.
And normally in a lot of black families, when you're being raised,
Right.
your uncles, your brothers, your
Right.
cousin will start calling you gay because of how you're acting. So did that when you were growing up, did your uncle start saying, "Oh, he gay," or he telling his mom, "You better watch him," or
Well,
oftentimes,
yeah, I heard him like saying little smart shit like, yeah, nigga, unfold your hands, or nigga, uncross your legs, or nigga, sit like this, or he'll say little slick shit like that.
And who was this? Your uncle?
Yeah, you
Okay.
know how, y'all know
Right.
how the traditional
Right.
uncles are. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't pay no mind to it because I'm a shit talker too. So, like, I'm going to talk my shit back. Like, and I think a lot of the times it didn't bother me that because most of the time they would never say it to me. It was more so some slick outside of your neck type of, oh, yeah, he gay with his gay ass type shit. I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? But me not knowing, like, y'all accusing me of this, y'all not knowing, I'm asking y'all, am I? Like, I'm trying to figure out what is it? You know what I'm saying? Because what I look on it or look at it is not me. I'm not seeing me on gay. So I'm not knowing that I'm gay until I get older.
So when you say older, because I'm trying to figure out your mindset. When did you kind of know that? Okay, I think I kind of resonate with what the gay man resonates. That
Right. I feel when I got older because for some reason, like I always wanted like a father figure. I had father figures from like my mother's boyfriends or whatever, but like someone of my own, like I could talk to about stuff that's my own, that same body parts as me, somebody who looks exactly like me. I couldn't go to my mom, and you know, she was more. I couldn't go to her because she was like real, like not a stud, but you know, my mom was real hard. Remind you of like
tough love. She had a lot of tough
like,
love.
Right. Remind you of like what's her name's mom off of Ghost. Like she was real tough. So like I couldn't
Yeah.
go to her and talk to her about how I was feeling. So I
Like
just feel
Tosh off Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I would more like Mary J. Blige.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I would want to go to I wanted that male, you know, that male love, that male like, cause I feel like they could understand me because they're a male. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I couldn't. I mean, I felt more comfortable around women because that's who all I was around. But I definitely yearned for that male's, you know, that male thing, that male bond.
So you're saying from the age of 5 or 6 when this happened, all the way to your adult life, you didn't resonate with you being, you know, liking boys, being
right.
gay.
Like even in high school, like I never did anything with like a man. Like I never had a relationship with a man or anything. Even in high school, middle school, I never had a boyfriend or anything.
Did you have a girlfriend?
I mean, I tried, but like it was like shit. We the same shit. Y'all get on my motherfucking nerves. Like y'all cool. We gonna kick it. Like, but like y'all get on my motherfucking nerves.
So grade school. I can remember. You know,
so I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what's crazy is I was attracted to him. Like I could say, oh, she fine. Like she fine.
So as a 4th, 5th grader, I was liking girls. I was, you know, grabbing
Right.
girls. I mean, so did you not?
Yeah, see, I was managed too. Like I would do, I would
So
grab.
so even though you had those experiences when
Right.
you were 5 or 6, you were growing up normally, being managed, liking
Yes.
girls, talking to girls.
Girls and boys.
So from early you were liking both, talking to
No,
both.
not liking both, but like finding them attractive. Like, okay, they're attractive. Like knowing what attractive is at that young age. Like, okay, they're attractive.
And with your uncles, basically, you said your uncles was basically saying, "Boy, you better straighten your ass up." Obviously, how old were you when this was happening?
Like 10, 11.
Okay, so there was some rumblings in the family,
Like I used to hear a little shit like
that.
I used to eavesdrop to hear a little shit like, or my mama had whooped somebody in the club. Yeah, that's why your son gay shit type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what they mean gay?
Did your mom or your grandmother ever sit you down and have a conversation about?
No,
why
it was
they're-
more so like my mom, like I would like, and we're gonna go back, like I would always like feel like something that was off with me. Like I didn't understand, like my cousins was comfortable with myself. Like my cousin on here, she was comfortable with herself. Like I just felt like I felt like I was always in an uncomfortable state. So like I would always be hard on myself. So like I would always have an attitude. So like you couldn't even look at me wrong back in the day, like without me cussing you out. Like because I was always mad about something. That's why you always hear those females, those baby mamas like, yeah, you always disrespecting women. You don't care who you disrespect. They be gay because they be mad. They be mad at themselves.
Right, right. So, okay, so then you are an adult. You said that you didn't date boys or girls, but you kind of liked both of them. So you were still confused because
Yeah,
you were
right.
attracted to girls as well.
Right, but I wasn't gonna label myself in gay until I was sure because like I never really had that real interaction, to know if I was gay or not. Or I still haven't found the concept because they were still showing a gay man as a look. We know what
As a trans,
that gay
yeah.
man look as a trans.
They got
as
dresses
somebody who
on.
want to twirl and dirl. Like that still wasn't my personality. Like I was fashionable or whatever the case may be. Like I felt like I had an artsy side to me. But as far as me, I had always had probably a little switch in my walk.
Did you play any sports?
No.
No sports. Okay.
No, I played baseball.
Okay.
I did play baseball. I did actually like that, enjoy that. So I feel like if I was more so doing more of those things, I would have just, I don't know. I don't know what would happen. I just feel like if I had more male type of things to do, I
Right.
think.
So
I feel
when
like-
when Tristan did you 100% sure know, hey, I'm gay?
Shit, after high school, I got in some trouble. I ended up moving back to Newport. I was like, because everybody I was getting into with either secretly liked me, and like I was getting more, you know how women come up to you trying to talk to you, inbox you. I was getting more motion from men like trying to talk to me than women. So I'm like, okay, it has to be something within me. So like, damn, fuck it, I might as well try because shit, motherfuckers been saying I'm gay anyway, shit. And then this motherfucker up the street picking with me and shit, driving through the drive-through while I'm working at McDonald's, picking with me and shit, whole time you like me, type shit. So like, I just tried it with him. I'm like, okay, I think this is my thing. I guess I'm gay.
How old were you then?
I was like 19, 20.
So basically,
And I told my cause my cousin was in a little situation where she was kind of dating girls. Yes, I'm gonna put you out there, cousin. She was kind of dating girls, mingling, dingling. So she just asked me, she's like, cousin, so her messy ass. So cousin, you ain't never just tried the same sex? Well, I did. And that's how she kind of squeezed her little way in. Well, I did. I talked to this little stud or whatever. You know what studs are.
Yeah.
I talked to this little. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I do be seeing y'all hanging out or whatever. Well, okay, well, I'm gonna go and tell you, okay, I do be talking to this dude or whatever. He used to pick with me or whatever, but we kind of like, he took me out on a date or whatever. We kind of did something. I guess we did something because I don't know what I was doing.
Making her situation, trying to make you comfortable to come out
so
by telling you her situation.
why I did that, her messy ass went told her mama, then told my mama, then it was a whole little thing where everybody, we already knew.
So it
I'm
was
like,
around.
yeah,
So
so
it
I'm
was
like, well,
around
damn.
19, 18.
18, 19, so I'm like, well, damn, why the fuck y'all ain't tell me? Shit.
So basically, you lived all your life up until 18
Yeah, I
and
was a late
19
bloomer.
before you really had your first gay experience, right?
Right. Real gay experience. I
Yeah.
ain't talking about no hunching, none of that. I'm talking about like real gay experience.
And then that's when she told. What did your parents say? when they had that
She
conversation?
really didn't
with you?
say nothing. We kind of she kind of just more so laughed it off. Boy, we knew shit. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really just give me no hard time. They were just like, shit, nigga, we knew.
So Tristan, up until the time you were 19, you never slept with a female?
Let me see. I'm not gonna lie. I lived here. I lived in Little Rock. I think we moved back to Little Rock when I was like in I want to say like the 6th grade. And I tried something with this girl at the street, but I didn't know I doing. I still consider that as hunching, so I don't count that. So I always say I never did anything besides that threesome I had with this guy I was dating at the time, and this was like when I was like 25.
And it threesome with the guy and another girl, or
Yes,
two guys?
Yes, fat white girl.
Okay.
Horrible experience.
But
I think I talked about that last time.
And this was the same guy that you had your first. Okay, there's somebody different.
This is somebody different.
And so is that your only experience with the female? Was with the threesome situation?
Yes.
And it was you was much older. You was older at that point. You were.
Because I was more older, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't like this. I'm gay. It was horrible.
So do you feel? Let me ask you this, Tristan. Do you feel like the situation that happened with you when you were 5 or 6 made you resonate with the gay lifestyle? Had that not happened, do you feel like you would normally would you just be liking girls?
I just feel like it depends on my environment. Like, I don't know. Like, I was already feminine, so to me that don't make you gay. I just feel like that makes you feminine. As I'm older, maybe back then they be like, oh, that's gay. That you switching this shit. Boy, uncross your motherfucking legs. Like, to them that's gay when you haven't even acted on the gay act yet. I feel like gay is an act, and I feel like if you look it up in the dictionary, it'll tell you gay is an act. It's not a look. Gay is not a look. You can't look gay.
Right.
Because like even today, some of the guys that are attracted to me are people that you would even think gay. It'd be y'all baby daddies and stuff. So like, gay is not a look, and that's where a lot of confusion comes in. That gay is not a look.
Mm. And we're gonna get into when you talk about, the regular people. I had a question that I lost my train of thought when you were talking about something about women. It'll probably come back to me. Let me go through here and read some of these comments, and maybe they have some questions for you. Marcia Hoodrick says that makes sense. What does gay truly look like at a younger age? Can be very confusing. Marcia is also saying horrible experience. Bria is saying, damn, cuz you ain't ever told me that you done had a threesome.
Right, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is, and I forgot to tell y'all, this is really when I was like, I want to say in grade school. I used to come up here for the summertime. My aunt stayed on the west side. My cousins and stuff were popular around in that area. I used to always come up here. That's why I know. That's actually how I know Brittany. She grew up in that neighborhood as well. Tanya grew up in that neighborhood as well. Tanya used to do before Tanya was doing hair, she was braiding. She was doing everybody kinky twist, braids, spider braids, all that. I would be in that area in the summertime, from Springfield. So I remember this one particular time, and then I would like to go up there because I would get that experience with my cousins. I had like three boy cousins in the same household, so it was always fun to do boy things with them. I still enjoy doing that. I just couldn't do that as much as with my mom, because I had a younger brother. He was annoying, you know what I'm saying? So I still consider myself the only child because we were so far apart.
Keisha saying,
Keisha?
have you had some straight acting dudes around here? I think she wants you to name drop.
No, we're not going to name drop.
We ain't doing that.
We're not doing that.
Do you think, Tristan, that when somebody say that I was born gay, do you believe that a person can be born gay?
I can't remember that far back. You would have to ask somebody that watched me grow. I don't think that you're born gay. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody that just came out the room. Oh yeah, this baby gonna be gay. Like,
so that leads back to the question that I asked you. Do you feel like had that experience not happened with you when you were 5 or 6, would you have not chose?
I can't say that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I was raised around women, so like my aunt, my favorite aunt, my mom's sister, her older sister, I used to love being around her up until like I was before you had cut me off. I was telling y'all that this is when I knew like okay that I think I need to research gay. Like I need to figure out what this is so I can feel comfortable with self. I was here one summer. I believe I was like I want to say I was in the 7th or 8th grade. My aunt was in the room with her boyfriend, and then my older cousin and his sister, which is my cousin, his 2 sisters, and my 2 other cousin. They was in the room talking to their mom, and something told me to just walk past. I was going to the bathroom, and all I could hear was like them saying, well, we think he's gay, or I'm thinking they watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? Because we always in my aunt's room watching movies. We'll be on the end of the bed watching movies and stuff like that. So they was like, well, he's family, and so what if he is gay? That's what my little cousin was there. She's like 2 years older than me. I mean, 2 years younger than me. She was like, so what if he is gay? I'm like, damn. So like these people are having these conversations among themselves
About
and
you.
They can't even come to me and just ask me, why do I feel like this, or why do I act the way I act? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they should have been more like, because I used to hear the adult conversations all the time. No one's ever just came to me like, hey, why do you act this way, or why are y'all even calling me this? Let's just say that. Why are y'all even calling me gay? Like even in high school, I never really got picked on because I talk my shit too. Like, but when we having our roasting sessions, I don't know if y'all grew up in that era. We roast us down. You know, some of the people's like, well, y'all gay, you gay, Joanna man, or something shit like that. But like, I didn't give a fuck because I always heard it at home any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Or in my around my family. Like, not never to my face, just side conversation. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't give a fuck about it anyway because I didn't give a fuck. Like, I had a I don't give a fuck attitude. Like, that's what I got in trouble for in my mouth. I had a real bad mouth. Like, I was angry.
And do you feel like your I don't give a fuck attitude came because people talked, called you names growing up and it made you have
No,
to?
they didn't call me names to my face because it would have been a fight. But I'm saying, like, they called me, like, I used to hear the little shit they used to be saying. They never said it directly to me, just out of sight of their neck. Or it always would be sidebar conversation or some shit. It was never like a conversation with me to my face.
Kayla Harris on here is saying, so will you ever sleep with a woman again, or is that hard to say?
I don't know. That's hard to say. It just depends on how you make me
Are you
feel.
attracted to women?
I mean, yeah, like I say some women, like I look at people somewhat attractive. Like there's a couple of girls on my Facebook that I flirt with and stuff like that. But
So Tristan, when you say fine, like it's one thing to say she fine and I want to fuck her fine.
I guess you could say I got a standard.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is when you say you flirt with women,
like most
but are you flirting with them to say she fine, I'll fuck her fine, or are you just saying she fine because she just fine? That's two different fines.
Like she attractive, like she make my shit jump. Like she fine, to me. She's very attractive. I like them even more when they got their shit together. Like that attracts me even more.
Are you just limited to sleep with guys, or will you sleep with a woman if?
I guess it's because I did it. I guess because it's just shit. That's all I know. It's like I didn't have that type of experience. I didn't have I had brothers, but I didn't get close to them till I got older. It was too late. The birds and the bee conversation could never happen because I was too old. So like, I just feel like if I was around more of that activity, I probably would have done that around that what you call it, peer pressure. I probably would have did that. I feel like more of my peer pressure came from people trying to touch on me and just to do malicious things, molest me and stuff like that. If I had more of those people trying to, if women was trying to molest me, I guess, I know that don't sound good, but I think I would be leaning more towards women. I don't know, because I never had another experience to say.
So when did it ever come out that these guys were doing this thing? Did anybody ever tell on these boys that were doing this to you at the young age?
Honestly, I mean, most people know that what I'm talking about. They probably already know who I'm talking about. You know, I'm older now. Can't nobody whoop me, or I don't get spankings no more. So
have you ever told this story to anybody else? Or is this the first time?
Probably to my peers as I'm older, but they've went through the same situations with probably these same particular men too. And I'm talking about female cousins or stuff like this. This is like, you know, small town gossip. You know, you got these 1 or 2 Chester molesters in the city. I'm sure they have them here in Little Rock. We had conversation. Oh yeah, that he happened to me. Yeah, he's always been weird. Or like if we're, as talking as kids, like talking amongst, it's happened to not just me, just to other people as well.
Are you
Women.
are you uncomfortable with saying who they are?
Very much uncomfortable
Yeah.
because it'll cause a lot of division between families and stuff like. And it probably wouldn't, but I just feel uncomfortable. I don't want to disclose names because I should have done that years ago. But to me, I won't say I'm over it. I feel like I grew past it.
Do you feel like that they might be doing this to others?
Probably. It probably. I mean, I don't put it past it.
Yeah.
Hell, like you remember one episode, shit, you got fathers doing it to their own daughter. So
Well, let me ask you this: the other boys, how many other boys was involved in this sexual?
I'm gonna say like maybe like three.
Are they gay?
3 or 4.
Are they gay? Those other 3 or 4 boys that were involved in, are they gay as well?
Not visually.
They on the down low?
I mean, I ain't gonna just say they on the down low, but it's been speculations. And for one, for sure, yeah, they done. It's definitely agreed on speculation, but I've heard things, but never proven them. So like, I've heard little down low things.
Do you do you feel like guys that are on the down low should be outed?
No.
You feel like they should be able to live their life in secret,
I mean, I wouldn't say it's
their sexual
wrong.
preference
I don't
in
feel like
secret?
it just depends on what they're doing and how they're doing it. I don't feel like it's wrong. I mean, I don't feel like it's wrong because, like, you have to remember, I was there. Like, you have these people, like, you had all those barbers tearing them down. Oh, I'm finna get him some pussy. He getting out my house. Oh, I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna kill him.
Right.
So you have all these people saying these things, and then all you got to think about gangs and stuff. It's people
Right.
in gangs that probably get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know this. You know what I'm saying? So like, they will kill you for stuff like this. So
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's wrong, and I'm not gonna be the one to out them because I feel where they're coming from. But you got these people that's out here fucking this time, they're sticking their dick in this person. Okay, yeah, you need to be at it because you need to sit your ass down. It's too much itchy, scratch shit going on for
Right.
you to be doing all this type of shit.
Right.
Like with any and everybody. Yeah, those type of people. But I'm talking about the people that are just don't know who they are. Like they keep this facade. They have a family because that's how they were brought up. They want to make their families happy. Traditions, you know what I'm saying? Religion, you know, people grow up in religion homes. So like you have to think about stuff like this. So I understand it in that way, you know what I'm saying? And then like, and deep down inside, they're unhappy. That's why you have all these people, and I'm not just speaking on stuff I am speaking on stuff. You have guys that you don't know how they die. They're actually taking their lives because they can't live through it. They want to be free. They want to live their life. They're unhappy within their homes. And then you got other people that's unhappy within their home, just beating y'all ass and disrespecting women. Them the type of people that's just in that angry age and the rage stage because they really don't want you. They really want somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? So like those are the things that are happening. So that's why you get a lot of those people saying, "Oh, he's so disrespectful. He's gay. Yeah." That's why people say that because it's a known fact that some gay people grow up angry because they don't know why they're this way or they have a lot of hard time just dealing with their situation. A lot of people actually had it tougher than me, and I'm just telling my story. It's other stories out there. I'm just telling my side. So mine might not be as graphic as somebody. I'm not saying that I just went through the worst. I had a great mother. I'm glad she was hard on me. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm glad she was tough on me because my father wasn't around. Back then, I'm like, damn, mama, do you love me? But but me now, okay, my mama loved me. She wanted me to be tough. And she already knew what I was coming with. She already knew that, oh, my son gonna be gay. He gotta be a little tough. Yeah, he can't be around here soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that now. Back then, I was like, okay, damn. Like, so I'm glad she raised me the way she raised me. I'm never taking that away from her. And even some of the stuff that happened to me when I was like 11 and 12, like she took care of that. She did her part. You know, she helped find the guy. He's actually in jail. It was her ex-boyfriend that was kind of like touching on me and stuff like that. He didn't really just molest me, but he just did molestful things like touch me in inappropriate places and stuff like that. Taking me with him when he was doing all these weird ass things, you know. So she did her part as a mother to take care of the situation. He's in jail now for doing some of the same stuff that he was doing to whoever he was accused for. You know what I'm saying? And then I think he got in trouble with me as well as too.
And so those other 3 or 4 guys that experience that from a childhood experience with you. You said some of them on the down low, and so I'm assuming that some of them are in relationships.
I want to say relationship, had kids, shit like that type shit.
You said you would not say that they.
I mean, they've been in relationships.
And do you feel like if somebody's on the down low, because I'm trying to figure out if you feel like somebody's on the down low and not sharing their sexual preference and they're in a relationship with the woman and the woman does not know that they're gay.
Well, see, that's different. Like you're saying it like like I said, you have people that want to do it but haven't done it yet. It's just on their mind that they want to.
Come out.
They want to come out, but I'm not saying they're doing the sexual acts. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about as far as the mental thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't act on it, but it's still a mental thing for them. That's why they take that.
Yeah, and it's one thing. I think it's one thing to.
Some come close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some come close.
And I think it's one thing to just not have experiences with women and be gay. But my question to you is, when you know that they are on the down low and they're having experiences with women and they have not shared their sexual preference with their woman, do you feel like that they are wrong in that, or do you feel like they just haven't had the nerve to come out and tell their woman yet because of all of the pressure that comes along with coming out?
Right. I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like I'm half and half with that.
Yeah.
What they saying in the comments?
Let's go back. Let's read some comments. It says Nikki Preston is saying he just has feminine ways that didn't make him gay, but no one ever explained it, so he was confused. Tristan, I commend you for sharing your story. Love you honestly. Rakenya Boykins is saying he will fuck her. I love this dude. Let me see if I can go back up. Yolanda McDaniel saying I hate that. Okay, Keisha Armstrong is saying, I can believe that my favorite boy cousin gay, and I have seen some fine motherfuckers in my inbox and his contacts. So
who said that?
I want to know. Keisha Armstrong. Let me see. Let me go back and make sure I've read all the comments at the bottom. I guess she was replying to her. That's heavy to carry. I applaud you, Tristan. Transformation. Marcia said that. Tam is saying, good question. Kimberly Kardashian is saying, I'm so sorry, Tristan. Nobody deserves to be violated. So that's the other thing. Have you went to talk? Is that trauma? Somebody violating you at an early age? Does that fuck with you mentally? And have you?
It did because I was so confused. And then you growing up with different people, and it keeps happening. And you got other kids going through it. They doing the same thing. So it's just not trauma just for me. It's just trauma for the community in itself, because it just didn't happen to me. It happened to other people as well. And we just repeating the cycle. Not saying that they're gay now. Some people just try because it just happened to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're gay now. Everybody don't just come out and just be gay. My situation is different.
And so the other question was do you feel like you need to talk with somebody to deal with the trauma of just being violated at such a young age?
Back then I probably should have, but now how I got through that, I just got in my shit. I just found something that I love to do, which is hair. And then once I got into my hair and got in it so deep that I never thought about it again. My attitude changed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get in as many fights. I'll still beat your ass if you come with that bullshit. But I didn't get into many fights. I wasn't as hot tempered as I was. It kind of takes me a little moment to get a little hot tempered. I just feel like I changed. I became a businessman. You get what I'm saying? So once I became a businessman, and standing on what I love to do, which is many other things than just doing hair, I just felt like most of that stuff faded away. And actually, me and my mom got closer. And I'll tell you a funny time. We were just sitting in the room. We never really just talked about it. Like I said, she was kind of a hard, tough cookie. We got to watching. I don't know if y'all know that sitcom. It was called Noah's Ark. We just watched that together, and we just bonded from that. It showed it kind of captured a lot of the meaning of gay and how people come out, and how some straight men convert to being gay. Just different little stories in those series. So I feel like we grew together because of that sitcom. You know what I'm saying? So me and my mom, we best friends now. So I feel like since we have a closer bond, I feel like I don't worry about it anymore.
Wow. Marie Williamson is saying, I will say in our culture, black families, we have to learn to break the chains, have these open conversations, stop sweeping things under the rug.
Yes. Now I will say I will give it to my mama. Like, but she would ask me at crazy times, not at sentimental times. Like, boy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why is you wilding out? Why is you doing this? Ain't nobody touching on you, is it? Ain't nobody touching. I'm like, well, girl, yeah, but damn, I'm scared to tell you, girl. Is you gonna calm down first? You know what I'm saying? Like, so she would ask. Now she would ask, but the way that she would ask would be the wrong time. And like, I'm like, girl, if I do say, girl, what you gonna do if I tell you? You such in a rage, baby. Calm down a little bit, relax. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like she did. You know, she still did her part. She just, but you have to understand, she was like 20 something. Like when I was around the age 20, in her 20s, like young. She had me when she was 16, 17. So like, she was young. So like, people.
So, and you said this, you've said this several times. I think you said it in the barbershop episode. How do you recognize a gay man? How do you know if somebody's gay?
I don't know if this gayness comes with powers or something, but like,
So you were able to feel
Yes.
gay people when you're just out, gay guys?
yes, like not even just them being gay. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, he gets down. Like I definitely know. Like you can definitely know. Like you can see them looking at you. Like they're definitely interested in you. They're gonna look at you a couple of times. Like it's just a feeling. Like I just know. Even with me, my best friend been around me so long. Like yeah, best friend, he a little zesty. Like it kind of lingers. Those powers linger to your best friends and stuff like that who's around you. Like you can definitely tell. Like I know a lot of y'all on here got gay best friends. Like y'all can definitely tell the zestiness too.
What do you say to a mother who may be thinking that her son is gay? What would you tell her to? What would that conversation? What does it need to entail from mother?
Could we say father? Because I feel like
Both, mother
yeah,
and
like,
father.
let's say mother and father because I feel like a lot of the backlash.
And I'm going to
comes
ask you that, but then I'm also going to go back and
Okay.
ask you your relationship with your father. But answer that question first.
Okay, I just feel like you should talk to your kids more. Like I'm not a father, but I help raise kids. You know, I help raise my nephews and something. You know, I feel like you should talk to your kids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should be involved. I know most people are single. I know that they have to work hard in this day, anyways. They have to work 2 or 3 jobs, but at least take some time. If it's an hour throughout the day, or if you just can text them while you at work, just talk to them and ask them about their personal life. It's okay to ask them about their personal life. Just ask them anything bothering them, like if they want to talk about them. You'll never give. I feel like that should be instilled in parenthood. Like I feel like if my mama would have came to me in that tone, like I would have told her, like, your mama, remember when I was younger and we moved? And then these people, can you explain? Like I would ask her more questions, you know, and I would tell her why I felt this way. And I feel like she could have got me help, or not saying that I hate how I am now. I know I say it a lot. I definitely wish I would have took the other route.
Wait. So you wish you would just okay. So you wish that your sexual preference was women instead of guys.
I mean, I just feel like I would have just like I wouldn't even say normal life, because I do want to have kids. I mean, I can have kids now, but you know what I'm saying, like a traditional, like just what you see on TV. Like I would like a family, you know what I'm saying, like. But I just feel like I just lean towards more men because that's what I yearn for through my younger days.
What did you did you tell your father? So let's talk about your relationship with your father. Oftentimes when boys come to their fathers, as we did in the episode, fathers, they have a hard time wrapping their mind around having a gay son. So what was that conversation with like your father when he found out that you was gay?
I never had this conversation with him.
No, even not today.
No.
Really?
Yeah, he's bad.
And do you have a relationship with your father?
I mean, I can call him right now. He'll pick up. But like, what do you define a relationship?
A relationship is when you spend time, when you hang out,
I
when
don't
you
know. Like when we
conversate.
see each other, it's up. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as throughout
What
the
you
year,
mean it's up? What
it's
you say?
up. Okay, we're gonna get a picture or two. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about a few cars. We're gonna talk for about an hour. But then that's it. Like
So you've never had a
I mean,
conversation?
I can call. I'm definitely can call him and we can have a conversation. I can definitely do that. But as far as
Will he talk to us? If
I don't
we
know.
put him on the spot and call him right now, will he talk to us?
I don't know. I don't think he'd do that. I think if we would have gave him a heads up, he probably would.
But the relationship. So he obviously knows that you're gay, right?
clearly he gotta know. Like
Okay.
I'm sure like people talk. He's from a small town. He lives in Atlanta now, but like he's from a small. He definitely knows I'm gay. I'm out here. I don't give a
Do you
damn.
think that he's ashamed of having a gay son?
I don't know. That's hard to say. I don't think so. I don't know. Shit, I think he just got so many
I
kids.
mean, you will
he's
know.
had.
He got a lot of kids. And are you the only gay son that he has?
Let me think.
I mean, you'll know if he's ashamed because he will. I mean, you'll kind of know if somebody's ashamed of you.
I ain't the only gay kid. He got some gay daughters.
Okay. Yeah. So he has some gay daughters, but does he have some gay sons? Are you the only gay son that he has?
Let me think.
How many kids does he have?
He got a lot. My daddy got a lot of kids. He got about 17, 18.
Okay. But you don't know if any of them are gay.
I think I'm the only gay one. They didn't. I don't know. Let me see. I think I'm the only gay one.
And, but you don't know if he's ashamed of having a gay son.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't think he is.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you feel like people treat you differently because you're gay?
I can't say that now. No, not now. I think a few will try it, but not now. I feel like they did back then before they knew the situation. Actually, that wasn't my first time telling my story. I actually told. I had these friends in high school. They're passed away now. Rest in peace. They're no longer with us. And my cousins actually were there. My other two cousins I used to spend time with here in Little Rock. I actually told them because we were laughing, we were drunk, we were smoking, and we were just giggling and stuff. We were just like, hey, they were just talking about girls, and then I was like, he asked me a question that I didn't know the answer to, and I was like, I don't know. He was like, what you mean you don't know? You ain't never had? And I was like, no. They was just like, what you like? And I'm like, I don't know. They the only rest in peace Tyrus, rest in peace Desmond. They were the only one that's ever asked me, why do I feel that way? And when I finally told them, I didn't expect their reaction. Every last one of them, they just started crying. I'd never seen them cry. These are the hardest dudes in schools. You get what I'm saying? Popular dude at school, crying. He literally was crying. He was like, this shit makes so. When I told him everything that I'm telling y'all now, I told them, they was like, damn, that makes so much motherfucking sense. They put the pieces together for me, they was like, okay, we gonna get you some help. We gonna even if you like guys, that's cool. We still fuck with you. We love you. And even to this day, I had a few people. I think I kind of told my story when I was on this I think this reality show. I think we did something. I did a video for some type of show I was trying to get on, and I put it on Facebook, and I kind of shared a little bit of story. 6 guys reached out to me that they used to joke with me a lot. Not joking that we was cool. We used to roast. He was like, you know what? They was like, I'm so proud of you. They was like, this makes so much sense how you used to act in school. You used to be quiet. You didn't take no shit. I see why you used to be so snappy. We commend you for telling your story. They really reached out to me apologizing. And we real close to this day.
I got one more question before we open the request line for people that might have questions for you. Do you feel like you and other gay men are super aggressive because you guys have been picked on and been called names and had to fight?
I honestly feel like
you think you're more aggressive because of that?
I feel like sometimes it depends on the person. I feel like I definitely had to stand my ground because you're not finna pick on me. I had older cousins. We used to wrestle and shit like that, and I was always the smallest one. So you're definitely not finna pick on me. So I feel like you do have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Because you're that way.
Because I feel like people are gonna try you because they feel like you're weak or you're less than a man. And I tell everybody I'm still a man. I just like men. I'm still a man. And I feel like a lot of fathers need to hear that. It's not everybody don't want to wear heels. Everybody, and there's no shade to nobody else. There's not no shade to the trans community, the people who just dress up and stuff and go to the club and stuff and do their little shit. There's no shade to y'all. But what I'm saying is gay is not a look. Everybody don't want to wear heels and twirl around and do flips in the street. Everybody don't want to do that. Everybody just want to be a regular man, play basketball sometimes, do this, do that, and they just like men. That's the only difference.
Do you want kids?
Yes, I do want kids.
So obviously, are you willing to be with the woman to have him, or
Yeah,
do
you
you
ain't gotta
want to
be with a
adopt?
woman. I
You
don't
want to
wanna-
adopt?
Yeah, because y'all be having too much baby mama drama going on.
So you're willing to
I mean,
adopt,
yeah, I want to experience raising a kid.
and you think raising a kids with two guys is cool?
Why
Is
I gotta be
acceptable?
with two guys? Why I can't be single and raise a kid? Or shit, it be two women raising kids. Y'all don't say nothing
Yeah.
about that.
No, I mean I don't have an issue. I'm asking your opinion. Do you?
Yeah, and I feel like I could because it's certain standards. Like even with my nephews and stuff, like I don't show them anything that's gay. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a man around my nephews. Like I don't put them. I try not to. Some of these kids are bad, and I already know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying like I'm not going to be kissing in front of my dude. I'm still going to respect them as a kid. Like it's certain things that I'm not going to do. And even with the ones that I raised, I never did anything around them. Like I never brung 50 million men around. Like if they see me with the guys because I've been with them for years.
Right.
So like I'm not gonna be bringing random dudes around them. Just certain stuff like that.
All right, well, we're going to go to Chris Webb, but not right now. I'm going to open the request line. If you guys want to call 501-650-9726, 501, I've just put the information line that you could call in, 501-650-9726. If you got a question for Tristan, if you want to talk to Tristan, give us a call. I'm going to open the request line so that we can take some callers, 501-650-9726.
Kay Williams said she got 4 kids. Pick one.
That she wants you to adopt. Yeah. 501-650-9726. If you want to call in, if we don't have any calls, I will call Chris Webb, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an opportunity. If you have a question for Tristan, as I said at the beginning, if you're just joining in, we're talking to Tristan Hobb, one of the hosts for the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. He was telling the story of how he came out, how he realized at a young age. And I'm going to ask you, because I didn't ask you earlier. So early on, I think I said 19 was your first gay experience.
Yes.
But when did you know that you was gay? Was it 12? Did you?
I think
I'm
it's
gay even-
actually after the first experience. I knew for sure because I had to move back because, like I said, I was getting into trouble. I had a case I had to go back for, and they put me on probation, so I had to move back to Missouri for a while. And in that time, I think I went to hair school.
And that was 19.
No, I was like 19, 20, 21.
Okay. And then the other question I think I asked you, but you said the only sexual experience relationship that you've had with a woman was with the threesome.
Yes, and that was the second I would say boyfriend.
You've never wanted an experience with the woman. And I'm
Not really.
going down this line and I tell people all the time, bro. Every week there's somebody that's on this podcast, a female that's trying to get at you.
Yes, always.
And so you're just out of all these women that's trying to get out, you're just not attracted to them.
No, it's not. It's not that.
Sexually.
I would have to be attracted to them all the way around, like sexually. They just turn me on, and it's a few women that do that.
Let me see if I can. Okay, you say it's a.
I call them my wife. I call them my girlfriends, or whatever the case may be.
Kay said Tristan was on. Okay, she just. I don't know where that comment went. Kay was saying something about you were on probation.
Yes, I was on probation. I was wilding out. Like the second guy I was talking to, like this is around the time where my mom had moved away, so I was on probation. I'm like, damn.
Rakima Boykins, you said thank you for sharing this story. I
thank you.
needed to hear this to help my son.
Yes.
Rakima Boykins, I need you to call me 501-650.
And then that's another thing. Like so many people, like when I started doing hair, when I started getting known for hair, a lot of parents used to reach out to me. They was like, "Oh my God, like you are so inspiring. I want you to help my son. Like I know he's gay. I don't know what to say to him. Like, or I have this cousin. I don't know how to. What should we do with him? Like the way that you just live your life, we just live for it. Like." You just so different. You living on your own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your shit together. Like, because they know me from fighting and doing all kind of stuff. So they just so proud of me how I just turned my life around.
And I think everybody should be. As I said at the beginning, you're very brave. I'm very grateful and thankful that you wanted to share the story on our platform. Rakenya Boykins, I see that you're saying that this may help your son. I want to talk to you, 501-650-9726, if you can. You're in the comments here, 501-650-9726. Give us a call. I'd like to talk to you. What questions? I think I asked you if someone has a situation with a younger, a son or something, you would ask them more questions before you try to ridicule them about being
Right.
gay.
Right. I feel like it would help because like it would help in a lot of ways because like you have people at school like they might not know what gay is. They just probably know what the act is. They don't know what gay looks like. So like,
Oh, this might be. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this call. Hold on.
thank you, Drayton. Hold on,
Please
we
don't
got a
start
caller.
doing that. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that.
Boykins, Rock Arkansas.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you called. How you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
I'm good. Okay. So you comment here that this might be something that helped your son. Are you dealing with a son that you think may be gay?
No, he's gay. He was sexual assaulted to his cousins last week,
Okay.
and he crying, writing me messages. And stuff. I really don't know what to tell him.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We can't hear you. I don't know. It may be something with our thing. Hold on a second. Let me put you on here. All right. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now they can hear you again.
Yes,
now,
I can hear now.
I was asking you, are you dealing with a son that you might think might be gay?
No, he was sexually assaulted by two of his cousins.
But you said he was sexual assaulted by one of his cousins. Two of his cousins, you said?
Two of them.
How old was he?
He 10
He's 10. And so how long ago did this happen?
last week.
This was last week. And hopefully there's you guys are doing something about this. Have you went to the authorities?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay. Have the two guys been charged?
Not yet.
Not yet.
They minors too though.
They are minors too.
Mhm.
Really? How what are you doing to help your son out get through this?
Well, I have to take him to see a counselor tomorrow.
Okay. And you hearing Tristan's story, you're saying was helpful to you. And what ways were you thinking that story was helpful to you?
Because my baby was able to come out right now and tell me, and then I knew was learning stuff to tell him because I really didn't know what to say to him because he would cry every day like, Mama, I told you everything. I don't know why these voices keep telling me to tell you more. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to say really because I've never been through it.
I don't mean to interject. Are you saying that they're saying not to tell him more, or they're saying that it's another side to the story?
I guess he's telling him it's another side that he needs to tell me.
He's telling you it's another side,
Yes, sir.
or the other boys are telling you that
No, the other boys is denying it.
it's another side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that they mean when they tell you there's another side that they're not telling? What do you think that means?
No, he's saying voices in his head is telling him that.
What do you think that they mean?
Okay. Do you have me on speakerphone?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm getting a little feedback from you when you answer your.
Because I couldn't hear you with the phone not on speaker.
Okay.
He's what I'm getting from it, what I'm inferring from it, I think he's more so like I was saying, like when I had a mental, like I didn't know it's more mental, like you don't know what to say or you don't know what to feel. So when he say it's more, he may feeling like is this what he wants to do or it is something I shouldn't be doing. He really I guess that's what he's trying to tell you. Like he don't like that's how I feel. Like I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. Should I embrace it? Because I'm doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm embracing it. It keeps happening. I'm not screaming and running, you know what I'm saying? Like it's happening to me. Like I feel like I could have did more to stop it if I really didn't want it done. But I'm just as curious as the other two boys. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like they're the same age. I would talk to all three of them and feel like why is this happening? Where did they see this from? I feel like at that young of age, I don't feel like no one should get in trouble. I feel like they all should get help. I don't feel like nobody should get in trouble for it. Because by them getting in trouble, they're gonna feel like they're doing something wrong, and it may be something that has been brought onto them. Like I told in my story, like I had other kids my age that was around my age that we were doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's because it was a repeated cycle. That's all people were doing it to us. Shit, we was doing it to each other. So like that's just what was brought to us. That's what we know. So I don't feel like they should get in trouble. I feel like they should have the same opportunity as your son to seek help to see why this is happening.
Can I ask you how old are the other two boys?
They're 10 too.
10 and 13.
So-
I didn't want them to get in trouble. I needed them to go over there and talk to them because somebody could be doing it to them, you know. For
You
them to
get
wanna do it.
exactly. They could have learned it from somewhere else.
And they are, so if I'm hearing you right, the 10 and the 13-year-old, as well as your son, they all are getting help. They all are going through counseling. Somebody's talking with them, and you guys are going to the next step, correct?
I don't know about the other two. I know about my son. I just gave them the names of the other two boys.
Do you have a relationship with the other two boys? Are they
Yes,
some
sir.
kin to you? They some kin to you?
Yeah, they cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely, and I don't mean to get in your. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I just feel like you should talk. Everybody should get talked to, because then that's what I was talking about, being ridiculed about something that they don't think is wrong. They might be going through a mental state as well. And I'm not saying I'm just saying that it could be like, I don't know the young men, so like you know them more than I do. So I'm just saying like it could be a mental thing as well. Like a lot of people are confused.
I'm just saying that it could.
Right.
I don't know the young. Know them more than I do.
Because I didn't have any time. Do they have their fathers and stuff in their life? Do they have other men in their life?
Yes, sir. Both of them have their fathers in their life.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Other people's story. Some people have both parents and still go through this.
And have you made their parents aware of the situation that's been happening? Do their parents know?
One of the boys' mama apologized. The other boy mama told me her son was too fat to do anything to my son with his wee-wee.
So the other mother's in denial?
Correct.
And that does happen a lot.
And is that the older one, the 13-year-old mom, is the one in denial?
No, that's the other 10-year-old.
Well, I tell you this, my prayers are with you and your son. I'm glad that you found out. I'm glad that you're getting help.
What's her name? What's your name again, sweetheart?
What's your name again?
Ms. Rakinya?
Boykins.
Yes, Rakinya, I would just talk to your son. Honestly, like I would talk to him, ask him why this is happening, and just get to the bottom of it. Like, where did he see it from? What does he know about these acts? That's what I would just ask him. Like, just talk to him.
Why this is happening? And just get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I've been asking him questions and stuff. Like, it all happened at their granny house, so.
And you do say, and you are saying that the counselors are involved as it relates to your son, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we're going to be praying for you and
Yeah, I
your
definitely
son.
commend her for taking those
And
steps. And
yes, and thank you for calling and sharing your situation. Thank you for commenting on it. Just thank you for being an open book to share. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. So thank you for being open enough to share your situation, and we're going to continue to pray for you, and we're going to continue to pray for your son. Tristan, is there anything that you want to say to her before she?
No, like I told her before, like I would just talk to him and just try to be. I know you're his mother, but just try to be his friend in this. Try to give him some understanding. Just see what he means by like, just take your time with him and just trying to get to the bottom of the sources of why this is going on, without judging him. Like, and then also, and I don't know how you feel about if it's possible that he does want to go this way. I don't know how you feel about that. I would just tell him the truth of how you actually feel, not how I feel about how you feel about homosexuals. I would just tell him how you feel.
I mean, he's my child. I love him, even if he went that way. I mean, I'm not gonna deny my child, or anything
Okay.
like
Yeah. So that's what makes it easier. Like I would just explain to him that like if you decide, just talk to me. Just that's what I would do.
And do you feel like, based on this situation, that he might be, because this has happened to him, he might be starting to like boys? Is that what you're feeling?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Because you were saying something about he said something about voices in his head or a situation or something.
Yeah, right. See, it just freshly happened last week, so I just be talking to him ever since that day. Because he texts my phone every day and tell me stuff. But we in the same house, but he texts it to me instead of sending it to me.
That might be where he's comfortable.
Right. And then you also, and then I'm not saying this in a bad way, you also a woman too. So I think it's a little, I don't know, it's a little different because we feel like you don't understand. I don't know. It's a little different from a man to a woman. I just feel like it's a different experience.
Is his dad around?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
How does he feel if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, he's mad about it. I don't want to say it over there.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay, that's
We get
all I
it.
needed to hear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we get it. Well, as we said, that we're really going to be praying for you. We're really going to be praying for your babies, and we're also going to be praying for those other two babies as well. Like Tristan said, they're still babies themselves, and so we'll be praying for all of the parties that are involved.
Okay. And I thank y'all for adding me.
Okay, thank you.
You so much.
And Tristan, you kind
That
of
was
hit on
tough.
something that you said that the mother is understandable. I don't know. I guess I would think that it would be harder for a boy to go to his dad rather than. Are you thinking it's opposite? Do you think that it's more easier?
I feel
for,
like with me, like I'm gonna tell you a situation. Like my brothers, like my brothers on my father's side, I'm closer to. Like they already told me like, hey, we gonna fuck with you. You one of the guys too. Like we ain't never gonna let. They teach me like I'm one of their little sisters or something. Like they ain't gonna let nobody fuck with me or nothing. But like, I just feel like since I had that support of the males, like I feel like that's helped me overcome the situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about like a male's love, but I feel like that's what made me overcome my situation.
Yeah. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'm gonna because I think I forgot to do this. We're gonna call Chris Webb real quick, but let me do this really quick because I think I was forgetting to do this. So listen, one of our sponsors of the podcast is the Arkansas Cigar Festival, of 2024. This is happening September the 1st from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Now, this is happening at the Sherwood Woody Forest, okay? This is in Sherwood, Arkansas. Now, listen, they're going to provide dinner. It's going to be an open bar and live music. If you love cigars, if you'd like to have a grown time, even if you're not into cigars, this is going to be a great event. Okay, they're going to have dinner. It's going to be an open bar, which means the bar, you don't have to pay for your drinks. The bar is open. Live music. All right, we got DJ Uncle Jams on the ones and twos. Now, if you are interested in a table, all right, if you got multiple people coming, the tables are $450, but it also includes, on top of getting dinner, on top of an open bar, you will actually get a complimentary bottle with your table. Okay, now if you do not have enough people to get a table, tickets are $65. And vendors, we are looking for you. If you have product that you want to sell at the Arkansas Cigar Festival, call us. The vendor's price is $100. And if you're interested, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to call Scully at 501-454-9417. Again, call Scully, 501-454-9417. And we will do this again before we end the episode, before we get out of here. I want to take a break real quick, and I want to call Chris Webb. Let me see if she's ready for us. Let me see if I can get way up on the phone. There's something been going on with my phone. It ain't acting right. But we're going to get her on here right now. Here we go. She might be sounding spooky too. I might have to put her on speakerphone.
Hello.
Webb, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Are you ready to do the news you can use?
Yes, I am.
Have you been listening to Tristan's episode where he was telling how he came out? Have you been listening to that?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
You know, I just apply anybody who is strong enough to live in their truth. You know how I am about the truth. And so I am all about people living their truth and being true to themselves. So
big applause to
kudos.
Tristan, huh?
Thank you.
Kudos.
All right, let me get your intro on, and then we'll have our conversation. Let's go.
Okay. It's in the news.
News you can use. And we're talking about it.
It's in the news.
With Chris Webb.
All right, on the phone live with Chris Webb with the news you can use. Chris, were you busy this week? What did you have going on this week?
So this week was pretty slow. So it really wasn't too
No,
much
we
of
didn't have no
anything
drama. We
going
didn't have no
on.
dirt, Chris. What's going on?
Hold
These people
on,
acting right?
hold on. The beginning of the week was pretty slow,
Okay.
but when Wednesday came, it was hot.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of this man? He's like Hustle Cartel.
Yes.
Have you heard of
Yes, my
him?
guy talking. My
Okay.
guy talking.
Yeah. So apparently, him and his nephew had got into it, and they're at odds about something. I really didn't dig too deep because I was just not. It really wasn't calling for me. So I mean, I just got the scratch of the surface. But in the meantime, in between time, the real thing that really caught my eye was when him and the nephew had got into it, and other people just started popping out like trying to attack him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a domino effect. So one guy in particular, his ex security, I think it's Jonathan Cooper. Is that his name? So he came on Facebook and made a post and was attacking him and was saying how he ain't shit and everybody know he ain't shit who really close to him. And so I don't know how, but Tati ended up running into him at a gas station. And it's crazy. I'm not, I try to leave my opinion out of it. But
You think he was
wasn't
hating? Do you
trying to
think he was
talk.
jealous of Taki? Do you think he was jealous of him?
I don't know. You never know. You never know. Cause I mean, he made it seem like he wouldn't be where he was at without him. So I mean, you can form your own,
What the security guard
form
was
your
saying,
own
Taki
opinion
wouldn't
with
be where he
that.
was.
That's what he said. I'm just telling you what he said. That's not
Okay.
what I said.
Okay. Okay.
So he ended up bumping into him at the gas station. He really wasn't trying to do too much. All that rah 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 rah. He just simply asked him, said, "Do you want to fight or no?" And he wasn't really trying to fight.
Who wasn't trying
But
to
the
fight?
interesting,
I think he said Taki. I
the
think I saw it on your story. Taki
the
was
ex
asking him.
security, yeah,
He was getting in
Taki
his
was
car.
asking him if he want to fight. Yeah, he wasn't really trying to fight.
Well, most security people, that be one of the qualifications of being a security. You got to know how to fight. So if you were a security guy, you should know how to fight.
I want my security to know how to fight.
Okay. All right. But he didn't want none of Taki. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But listen, so here is the strange thing about this story, and I'm not pointing any fingers to anyone. I'm just telling you what happened that was strange about this whole situation. Okay.
Okay.
So, mind you, during that day, the security had attacked him. They ended up they exchanged words at the gas station. Well, how about later on that night, the security guard's house was completely burned down to the ground.
Hmm. Is that a tombstone? Or you said
Be level. I know you did not.
no. That's some cricket sounds. That's suspect.
Hey, listen,
So
all this
so
is
so
alleged
so
with that.
so
Like,
so. But I mean, it could have been somebody. I mean, did they know how the house caught on fire? Was it electrical issues? Did somebody burn the house down or what?
we don't know.
It's just suspected. It just okay.
Yeah, but
Did he have some insurance? That's what we need to know. Did he have some insurance to pay?
It seems like he did because he said that he came on and said he used the verbiage of like insurance. Like he said it was a total loss, so that's insurance verbiage. So yeah.
No, he might be
hope
coming. He might be on a come up then. He has some
Yeah,
insurance.
that's what I said. I said huge blessings on the way.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes you wish your house had burned down. You might be better off, financially.
So I'm gonna have his GoFundMe because he does have a GoFundMe. I'm gonna have his GoFundMe link on my page.
Mm-hmm.
He is accepting donations and don't like and cash, clothes.
He probably shouldn't.
However
He
you
probably
want
shouldn't have
to
fell out with Taki.
decide.
Maybe Taki would have bought him another house. Maybe Taki would have bought him. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe Taki would have bought him another house. Got to be
I'm not
careful who
doing it with
you got to be careful who you fall out with.
I'm not doing it with you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Is that
So
all you got?
listen.
Or you got something else?
No, we have a few things to talk about.
Okay, come on.
So also, UAMS. I have an update with the nurse who
Leak the
leaked my
night chart.
medical record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So UAMS has created a task force, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is specifically solely only to scour the internet looking for UAMS employees um chiming in with this HIPAA scandal.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggest, as a warning, heed the warning. If you are a UAMS employee, I advise you to disengage in all conversation in regards to this HIPAA violation scandal that's going on right now, because they are finding out and they are terminating people. So I wouldn't even take a chance.
As they should. As they should.
Mm.
As they should.
Hmm. Also, too, with the leak of the video as well, a close source, this everything that's been going on to the store. A close source advised me that the transporter department was behind the leaking of the video, and they said that some of the transporters were terminated as well.
What do you mean transport? The people that take you from one room to the next?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
transporter department.
Right, right.
And also, do you do DoorDash?
No. They charge too
I
much.
don't
I'd rather go get
either.
my food.
They charge like too fucking much, and
Mm-mm. And they
I
be
just
crackheads.
yeah, look. That's what my friends said. They was like they be having folks barefooted delivering your shit.
Yeah, no.
So look, there was a girl at a Little Rock. Her children, I guess they was worrying her like, "Mom, I'm hungry. Like, we need something to eat." And I guess she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna DoorDash y'all some pizza."
Mm-hmm.
And so they DoorDashed the pizza and delivered it, and the delivery person had like ate two slices out of the pizza.
I saw that. So he got hungry. He took 2 slices out of the pizza that he was getting ready to deliver. Wow.
That's what it looked like. And I said,
Yeah, I saw that.
I've seen DoorDashes
Mm-mm.
myself. Like one time I was sitting outside my apartment and I seen like a DoorDasher bring somebody food. The food fell on the ground like out the bag, and they just picked that shit up and put it back in the bag and
Oh
just
boy.
delivered it. I was like,
Oh boy.
damn.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Make you
They're
make you
animals.
make you want to not order DoorDash anymore.
It'll make you just want to cook at home because
Yeah.
they be doing that shit in
Or
the
go get your
restaurant
own
too.
food. Or go get your own food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, we have on a Saturday. This is something that this is the part of my reporting that I dislike very much because there's no need for it. I just feel like we should be more cautious. But on Friday morning, a 4-year-old little girl was gunned down in North Little Rock. And so I haven't got details yet, but it
Mm.
seems as though maybe she may have just maybe the child had got a hold to a weapon. I'm not for sure, so I don't want to go further than what I've already advised. I have to confirm, but they are saying it was an accident though.
Oh wow. And you said 4?
Yeah. And
Mm-mm.
my baby's gonna be 4 next week, so it's kind of
Oh my goodness. Prayers to the
close to
family.
home.
Prayers to the family.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So that's all I have for you all today.
All right, well, give them the address if they want to send you some information where they send it to.
Okay, if anybody wants to send me anything, just reach out to my Facebook page, Chris Webb, and just DM me, and that's the best way to go.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to talking with you next week. Way up.
Okay, and Tristan,
Yes, ma'am.
we really needed this. Like, you don't know who you are helping because a lot of people are on the fence. Like, they don't know if they want to tell people how their family's gonna feel. And
Right.
you are making it okay for them to just go ahead and live with their true self. So, kudos to you. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
I
Y'all
agree
have a
with you.
good night.
You too, way up.
Bye.
Okay. All right. All right. So I don't know if you guys needed to, the request line is still open, 501-650-9726, 501-650-9726. Tristan,
Thank
did
you,
you?
Rakinya.
Yeah. I mean, people are still here. Maybe we can go back and read some of these comments.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look to.
Let's see. We can get down here. They said, yeah, thank you, Tristan, for doing this. Um, okay, yeah, he was scared to tell his dad, so she told him.
Yeah.
A mother's love is unconditional. I guess they were talking about the young boys situation. That's a heartbreaking situation where you still have three young boys that don't really know probably what they were doing.
Right. And I probably will talk to my father about it now, but me being stubborn as I am now, like I'm grown, I done made a way, I done made it out with no help from like therapy or anything. I just be like, hell, if they want to know something, they gonna come ask me. I'm your son. No, you ain't my son. So I just feel like I could have a conversation with my father about what happened to me. I'm sure he'll flip out. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that is and I don't know why, but I think that
Not saying he'll disown me because I know he knows, but as far as to details, because there's more, you get what I'm saying? I feel like he will react off of it because he knows some of these people
who are you talking about?
that molested me at when I
your
was 5 and
dad?
6.
You talking about your dad?
Mhm.
Wow. So your dad does not know that situation happened when you were young.
He might know another version of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but he hadn't heard my version, and a lot of people haven't. I don't even think I told my cousin. I just told her like the stuff that happened when I was in my older days. Not when it first initially started. This is the first time I ever told anybody when it first initially started.
And they were 11 and 12 when you were 5 and 6, correct?
Yes.
So do you believe that something should happen to them for doing you that way, even though they were minors themselves?
Yes, I feel like that's what got a lot of it. Oh, he's gay. No, baby, they were doing gay stuff to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were making me do these things at an early age. How do you think I figured out how to do them? You know,
Right.
They were making me do this, do that, stick your mouth on, do this, do that, get on top of him, get on top of the bunk bed. It was all kind of shit
Right.
that normal 11 and 6-year-olds shouldn't be doing.
Wow. And when we had the episode with Bria Davis, when we had talked the next day, you said that affected you just listening to her
it did,
situation.
because I'm like, damn, like why is she so comfortable talking to us about that? Because that's her dad. We talking about people that are my second, third cousins, and they're related to me on my daddy's side through marriage and shit like that. So like, oh Lord, like when it just kind of made me kind of like tear up, like, damn, how is she so comfortable with talking about this? It took me almost 25 years to talk about it. How was she that comfortable to talk about it? Like, it was just like, it just kind of made me bubble up inside.
Yeah, and
Not
like,
up inside.
and I said, I agree with Webb that I'm glad you came out, because there are so many people struggling, that are having children that are confused about what their sexual preferences is. There are some grown men, struggling about coming out, that may listen to you, that might feel a little bit more comfortable with, about being on the down low and wanting to come out.
But it's about the stigma. It's about like, oh, we're gonna disown you. They don't want to be disowned, because that's enough to drop for somebody to jump off a cliff. Like being disowned, you've been around these people for years, not having friends, not having family, not having anybody is enough to make you want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like being disowned from everybody, having to like figure out stuff on your own, not even with that, not with mental, like different stuff. They might put you out. You might not have nowhere to go. You got to think about where you're going to live. You got to think about your mental capacity. You got to think about all this type of stuff. And I was there at this, I was struggling inside my head. Like I didn't know, nothing made me happy. Like I always looked mad all the time. Like if you knew me back then before knowing me as a hairstylist, like I always had like a little, what they call it, a breast and bitch face. I was quiet. Like,
and I think I asked you earlier, but I'm asking you again, if that situation didn't happen with you at 5 or 6, do you think that you would be gay?
I think I said I didn't know, because like I said before the stuff was happening, I still had a feminine. Well, no, I can't say that, because I was more feminine because I was around women. Like they raised me, so like I don't know. I think I may have. I think it may be a little. I think I may not have been if I had another childhood. Like if I was around more men, more masculine men, or I think I have another. But you can't say that either, because I haven't seen my cousins wasn't around their dad. My aunt was a single mom too. They knew their dad, but they wasn't always around them. So like I didn't know. I couldn't blame it on nothing.
Right.
I just had to blame it on myself. So I always hated myself.
Wow. Well, as I said again, I'm glad you came out. Hopefully something that was said to
Somebody said, what's the call-in number?
The call-in number is 501-650-9726. Let me go ahead and put that in here. 501-650-9726. If you want to call in, the request line is still open. 501-650-9726. If you want to call in, 501-650-9726.
And what I didn't say before they call in, it's crazy because I get more of attraction. Like mostly people are like, you would think I'm seeking a man or something like that. Mostly people are seeking me, and it's crazy because like people are reaching out to me on either some gay shit or, you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. Like it's like I'm an attraction. I'm a magnet. I felt like I was always a magnet because it wasn't like I was in my younger days. I wasn't looking to do this type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? I want to be on a basketball team. You know, I'm looking at my little brothers playing basketball, my cousins playing basketball. I'm like, damn. I used to ask my mom, she like, no.
Yeah.
But my mom, like, she already knew, like, I probably couldn't do it, or people would, you know, me thinking back on it now, I'm old. Okay, my mama was really protecting me, type shit, like.
And you know, me having conversation with you, it opens up the door that now you don't have to, you know, gay is not a look. You always say that all the time. You got people on the basketball team, people on the football team, gangsters.
It's not a look, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all baby daddies, yes, it's true.
You say, yeah.
It's literally like, y'all wondering why y'all family's not working out? That's why.
Wow.
Or they're depressed all the time, and you trying to figure out why. They is battling something, baby. They battling something. So when all the times y'all making jokes, yeah, my baby daddy gay. Baby, don't.
Do you recommend someone who's in a relationship with somebody that they feel might be gay? Do you recommend that they go to that person and give them an opportunity?
I mean, I feel like you could. I feel like that'll, because they might still want you. They might want just to experience
to be bisexual.
To be bisexual, or you never know. They probably want to. They want answers of why they feel the way that they feel. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They probably want to not experience, but figure out why they want to do it. And the only way they can is to try it.
Okay. Let me get this request. Let me get this line right here. All right. Unpacking the Baggage Podcast. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. Let me make sure. Unpacking the Baggage Podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Reg from Little Rock.
What up, Reg?
What's going on with you, bro?
What up?
Not much, man. Hey, man, I want to try to talk to y'all about it from a father's perspective.
Okay.
Because my son had came out and shared with me that he was, you know, gay.
Okay.
So it was basically hard to accept it at first.
Mm-hmm.
We fell out. It hurt. It hurt to the core. But at the end of the day, that's still my son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to love him regardless. And despite what type of sexuality he has, ain't nothing going to change. And I just want to share that with Tristan, that, you know, if he shared that with his father.
Did he get me teary-eyed?
Ain't no love ain't going to change. That's still my son.
Do you feel, Reggie, do you feel like because he turned out gay, do you feel like, and I asked the barbers this when we were on the barber show, do you feel like you failed him? Do you feel like you let him down because,
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
The same thing that happened to Tristan is the same thing that happened to my son. Somebody got to him and showed him a different light.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, I feel what Tristan's talking about because that happens a lot. But even though it happens, it doesn't change who the person is. It's just that they have a special preference.
Right.
So I just wanted to share with Tristan that regardless of how you think your father might feel, he's going to love you regardless, bro.
Well, yeah, I know he loved me regardless, but I just feel like we hadn't I just feel like we hadn't had a relationship anyway, so I just feel like he should be reaching out to me. But I guess, I mean, he reached out to me like, happy birthday, son, I love you, son. I mean, he doesn't disrespect me or anything. I'm not scared to come to him. I just feel like since I'm older now and I know what it is, I just feel like he should have a relationship with me. I just feel like
will.
if he wanted a relationship with me or he wanted to know, I feel like he would ask. And that's the only reason why I don't reach out, because I want him to come reach out to me. If he come reach out to me, we'll have a time where we can talk about this or what I went through. But I just feel like it should come from, I just feel like, I don't know why I probably or is wrong to say this, but I feel like he owes it to me because my mom did most of the work. You know what I'm saying? Through my younger years, I just feel like you owe it to me. And assault to injury, my father, he actually is ordained minister. Like he got his ministry license. Like he was ministering to, and that's really what got me. Like you're ministering to all these people. You want all these people to follow you, but you can't even talk to your kids. Or you can't get them together, or you can't let them meet. Like you have like 17 kids. He probably just tired. Shit. Like I don't like I don't know. Like I don't know. And I give him that he does have a lot of kids, but you know that's not my fault.
Right, but you know, with in father situation, our position is to work and provide.
Right.
And sometimes in providing or being there for the kids, it's kind of hard to kind of be at work, do what you got to do to make the money, and feed the kids and be there for the kids at the
Right.
same time.
And I'm glad you said that. Like with my father's situation, I hate to put his business out there. Like he got kids, you know, coming with kids, different baby mothers. It comes what child support. So I know that was kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get it. You're right. So I definitely get it. But like now that we older, like we past 21. It's kind of clearing up for him. I just feel like you kind of owe it to me. Like I didn't pressure you to send me money or nothing like that. I mean, you did what you could when you could, graduation and stuff like that. I appreciate his extended family, like his mom, which is my grandmother and my sisters. I definitely have a good bonding relationship with my sister and my brother. So like I definitely are thankful for him for giving me that, because without him I would have never met them. I'm definitely close to them.
Right. Well, remember, in relationship works two ways, and sometimes somebody got to be the better person.
Right.
So maybe if you feel in your heart one day, Tristan, go out and say, Dad, let's go out to eat. I'm hungry.
Right.
There it is, right there. And y'all can just build from that. That's the way things go.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Reggie.
I appreciate that, Reggie.
No problem.
All right.
Y'all be blessed, all right?
Okay. Let me make sure I don't miss any comments. Kay is saying, damn, Tristan, you kicking ass, child support kicking ass, as there's been kicked ass around here. I didn't understand that. Damn, Tristan, you're kicking ass, child support. Okay. The caller's giving you good advice. Fathers, take notes. That's what Kay is saying. Let me before we get out of here, I'm gonna say this again. Hopefully something was said that can help some struggling parent, some struggling male who are struggling with the fact that they may be struggling with their sexual preference. They may be on the down low. They may not even know.
Right.
Maybe something you said in this episode can help somebody. I'm going to say this to you. I'm greatly appreciated for you coming out, telling your story. I understand that it, obviously for judgmental purposes, not always easy to tell your how you was raised and, trauma that you went through, and you tried to name, not name the people, but if people realize who you were and knew you from a young age, some people can connect the dots.
Yes, they can.
So I'm going to give you a real big hand claps for coming out. Let me say that. Yes. Hand claps for you. Mm-hmm. Thank you and also thank you for just being here on this podcast. I got an inbox that I sent you the other day with somebody saying that you are very important to this podcast. And I replied to that young lady and I said, yes, you are. So thank you for giving us a version of you each and every Sunday night. And also thank you for telling your story because hopefully Tam is saying she's so proud of you as well. Hopefully somebody might get something out of this that could be.
Thank you, Tam.
Yeah, that could help somebody. Real quick, before we go, is I want to talk about sponsorships. Okay, now we've got a great sponsorship package that I will tell you out there. But one of our great sponsors for the podcast is the Arkansas Cigar Festival 2024. It's happening September the 1st from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Now you will have dinner will be provided. It will be an open bar, and we will have live music. All right. DJ Uncle Jams is on the ones and twos. Tables. All right. If you have multi people that are going, you want to be VIP. Tables are only $450, and with that $450, you still get dinner. Everybody gets open bar, but you also get a complimentary bottle with your table as well. If you want individual tickets, they're only $65. $65 still comes with dinner. It comes with unlimited drinks and live music. It's very unaffordable. $65 is nothing to pay for that. If you're a vendor and you want to sell your stuff at this event, it's only $100. It's going to be at the Sherwood Woody Forest. Okay, Sherwood Woody Forest. And if you need more information or you want to be a part of this, contact Scully at 501-454-9417. We will post a flyer immediately after this broadcast on the UTB podcast page. Contact Scully, 501-454-9417. Now, because this is back to school special, we're doing a special $50 an episode to get you 2 reads, one at the beginning and at the end. It's very expensive. We're having over 25,000 people that listen to this each week. So these people are buying cars, they're buying houses, they're buying hair, they're buying any product that you need. So the buying power of these listeners is astronomical. Now, I also need to tell you another thing. On August the 25th, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, we're going to have the Battle of the Sexes, Tristan, which we're going to go live on location, and we're going to have 3 or 4 guys against 3 or 4 girls, and we're going to do it in the debate style. We're going to have some questions. Tristan and I will be live on location, and you can come up and ask questions, and we will have different perspective from different people. I even got a white girl that's going to be on the cast. I'm looking for a white guy. Yeah, I got a white girl that's going to be on. I'm also looking for a white gentleman to come and just have conversations about politics. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about kids. We're going to talk about the blending families. We're going to have great discussion, not this coming up Sunday, but it's going to be the Sunday on the 25th, the Sunday afterwards, okay? So if you want to be involved in that, also inbox. We will drop a flyer with the location pretty soon, but mark your calendars on not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. We're going to be live on location. We're going to be somewhere in Little Rock, so you can come out and hang out with us, okay? All right, I think I've said we also, if you're interested in a co-host position and you're interested in applying, just inbox myself, inbox Tamala McElroy, or inbox Tristan. If you are interested in being one of our female co-hosts, inbox us, tell us why we should pick you, and somebody, we're getting to the end of that. We're getting ready to wrap this up. If you want to be one of our finalists, get with one of the people that's associated with the podcast. You got anything else, Tristan, that you want to say before we get out of here?
If we have anybody on here that just was afraid to say anything or just wanted to ask me a question, you can definitely inbox me. Hell, we can get a support group going. Hell. And just reach out to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I can answer some questions further. If you want to know about more of my story, I ain't gonna tell you everything now.
He's an open book.
But I'm an open book. You can call me. I'm free normally on Mondays, which is tomorrow. If you just need help talking to your child, or you just don't know what questions to ask, just inbox me. I'm here for y'all.
There you go. And the band that's at the Cigar Festival is the Blue James and Company Band. Will be the live band there. Okay.
Reggie said, "What about the older black men? What about an older black? What about an older black guy?"
What does he mean by that? What does Reggie mean
He's
by
the
that?
one we're having the battles of the sexes. You said you're looking for a white guy and a white girl.
Oh, Reggie, hey brother, inbox me your number, Reggie. Yeah, we can have that conversation.
Bring them on.
Yeah, the live band is going to be the Blue James and Company. All right, so if you're interested in the band, it's going to be at the Arkansas Cigar Festival. It's called the Blue James and Company, okay? Call Scully, okay? It's going to be a great event. I'm going to give you his number one more time, 501-454-9417, okay? All right, next Sunday, tune in. I'm actually going to be out of town. Tristan, I've got to go to Tampa, Florida. I'm going to be in trial. I'm suing the rapper Plies. He beat me out of. Yeah. He was supposed to show up at the club to perform. He did not. So next Monday, for the next 3 days, the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st, I will be in trial with my lawsuit against Plies, the rapper.
And the 16th through the 19th, I'll be in New Orleans because we got a hair show.
Yeah, so you go on that hair show. So that's Friday through Sunday.
Yes.
So Tristan will be in New Orleans. I will be in Tampa. Tam is going to be in New Orleans with the hair show.
So if y'all going to be in New Orleans, come to the cut party. You got to come to the party.
And Tam, and they're charting a bus. If you want to ride to New Orleans, they've got
still
tickets.
available.
They've got rooms. If you get on the bus, they've got tickets, rooms, and tickets to the hair show. Y'all call Tam. Let me give you Tam's number real quick before I get out of here. If you're interested in going to the hair show, the Bonner Brothers Hair Show, the Bonner Brothers Hair Show in New Orleans.
Yes, we'll be kicking off the official after party. I'll be on stage. Y'all come see us. There'll be a lot of other people there.
So if you want to hang out with Tam and Tristan, call Tam.
Angie Jackson will be there. We got a lot of heavy hitters that's going to be there.
501-247-9817.
Tam the plug. Reach out to Tam.
Yep. If you want to ride, they got a charter bus that's going down there. So they're going to take a group down there so you can party. All right. Until next Sunday, just, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about the podcast. And I also need you to go to our Facebook page if you're not following it, and follow our Facebook page at UTB Podcast. UTB Podcast on Facebook. Also go to YouTube. Follow and subscribe to our YouTube page at Brian Stewart Sr. Brian with the Y, okay? Bryan Stewart Sr., okay? Until next Sunday, see you then. Same bad time, same bad channel. Good night.
Bye, y'all.